Hello, welcome to a new webinar. This time we're going to be talking about key resets in ag vehicles. So basically we're going to be talking about our agricultural model, Jaltest AGV. My name is Cristian Palomanes. I'm the Director of Sales of Canada and AGV model sales. And yeah, basically today we want to focus on some resets that are demanded that are really important in the ag world. So for tractors, basically, and we say they're key resets, and most of them are based or are focused on the engine system. But later on, we will see also some others that we can have or that we can consider or name for some other auxiliary systems. Okay, so I guess all of you can right now see the full screen here of the software, our Jalta software. First of all, I'm gonna start as we usually do when we start working with Jaltest. I have right now, I'm in the simulation mode, but I have my link box, my communication device connected to the computer. So first of all, I need to come to the main menu and just tell the software if we're going to be working through Bluetooth or through USB. In this case, since I have the cord connected, we're going to be working through USB connection. We click on connection test and we get this message with the serial number and everything. So that means that we are okay and we can start working with the tool. Okay. So the first key reset that I want to show you for ag vehicles, as I said, mainly focus right now on this first part of the presentation on engines, um, is going to be the after treatment system fault clearing on John Deere. We're going to be looking at different resets, but in this case for John Deere. Okay, so just give me 1 second. Okay. We come here to the main menu agricultural vehicles. We click on John Deere as a brand. And in this case, we're going to start looking at 9R series. Okay, so the 9R tractor. So we can see this functionality, this action we are talking about. Okay, basically we need to connect to the engine system. Okay. Once we click on the system, for instance, this level 32 final tier 4 stage 4 engine from John Deere. We select the connector that we want to work with. We hit on connect, and now we will be accessing to the full diagnostics menu. Okay. Okay. Allow me just 1 second because it seems we are having some issues with the audio. Just let me fix it very quick. Hold on 1 second, please. Okay, so following with this, sorry about that. It seems now everybody can hear us. So yeah, as I said, we're gonna be showing you now one of the key resets for this John Deere, a 9R and a level 32 engine final tier 4. In this case, we're gonna be talking about the after treatment system fault clearing. Okay, so if here we click on maintenance, you see here the option, okay, after treatment system fault clearing. When are we going to need this action? Basically, generally the post-treatment, after-treatment system errors that causes power limitations in the vehicle, in the tractors, um, needs to be performed through the basic clear codes actuation, clear codes menu. But in this case, when we are talking about an after-treatment error, we're going to come here and do a properly reset. Okay, actually, recently we have a real case through one of our customer support team assistance calls, and it was a guy who had an active error. It was the error, the John Deere error 4766.18 on his John Deere tractor, and basically he was having this fault code saying that the DOC outlet temperature value was too low. Okay, we fortunately were able to help him out with fixing that error, and after he repaired that fault code, he was getting the same message in the dashboard, and every time that we read the fault codes, we kept getting that fault code, and the reason was because they need to perform this actuation here. Okay, so basically the after treatment system fault code clearing. Okay, here it is the option. As usually, we just need to read the instructions. What we are about to do with the software, we click on the tag, and we could perform this actuation. Okay, if you look at the instructions once again, here you can see attention. This operation is performed when the after treatment system has been repaired. To perform this test, make sure the engine is stopped. We click on check, and we immediately are able to continue the process and delete, clearing those after treatment system faults. Okay. Um, if we keep talking about John Deere, some of the other important or key reset that we have available in the tool with Jaltest would be the differential pressure reset after a region, after performing a region. Okay, so again, we come here to John Deere. This time we're going to be looking at the one of the 8R series just to check on a different tractor, and in this case, we're going to be connected to the engine. Okay, so let's select here the engines that we have available for this John Deere 8R. Okay, and let's choose one of them. For instance, the level 33 final tier for one. Once again, we select the connector, we click on connect, and now we have access to the full diagnostics menu for all the diagnostics menu options. Okay, so first we need to understand how the DPF works. Okay, with a region process, okay, region that can be performed through this menu maintenance here. Okay, you see here this particular filter and particular filter regeneration. That would be the option that we need to look at to perform a region. So with the region process, we basically burn the ash stored in the diesel particular filter. So this ash quantity is measured by the ECU using the differential pressure sensor. Okay, this sensor basically takes in consideration the pressure, the intake pressure, and the outtake pressure. Okay, in the particular filter. So let's say that we have a filter with any ash obstruction. Of course, should be presenting a differential pressure value different than zero. Okay, because zero would be the differential pressure that it would be showing if we have the same pressure in and out. Okay. Um, Basically, this action I'm talking about, the differential here is differential pressure reset. Okay, is gonna allow us to put the values back on zero. Okay, this is key to do it. Very important to do in every time that we are after performing a region or when we replace a sensor because it's malfunctioning. Okay, example, we know that the sensor is not functioning well, is not working well because we have a negative differential pressure. Okay, that's not be possible. That definitely must be an error. So in that case, we know that the sensor is bad and we need to replace it, and we are gonna need to always get the differential pressure value back to zero. Okay, in order to do that, or after any region, we click on this action. Again, same thing. We give you the information. We tell our clients what they are about to do. We click on tech, and we're going to be able to perform this reset. Okay, there we go. It's as simple as this. You guys just need to follow these instructions, and in 2-3 steps, depending on the action, you should be able to perform the different actuations. In this case, this key reset for the differential pressure reset after we perform a reading on a John Deere 8R tractor. Okay. So now let's continue. Let's move from John Deere, and in this case, we're gonna move to one of the other big brands in the North American market. It's gonna be Case New Holland, so CNH Group. Okay, and first we're gonna be starting with a Case tractor. Okay, so let's select for instance one of the Maxim series. Um, we're gonna be selecting. Let me see here. Okay, one of the CVT ones. Okay, this this case, the CVT engine final tier 4. We click on the module. Now, again, we need to select the engine that we're working with. Okay, so those are the ones available. In this case, we only have one. We select, again, the connector. We show where is placed the diagnostic connector on the tractor, what cable you guys need to use, and we hit on connect. Okay. After that, here with Case and New Holland CNH Group, particularly on this Maxon CVT final tier 4 tractor, I would say that one of the most important resets for this model would be the startups counter restart. Okay, so basically, again, here in the maintenance menu, we're gonna find here this option. Okay, startups counter restart. Um, this is about basically when a vehicle has a repetitive and serious error coming from the after treatment system. Again, the engine will enter in this power degrade mode. Okay, so basically that means that the engine will not work good and will be ending and stopping working continuously. Okay, every time we try to start the engine again, the vehicle, the tractor will run for approximately 30 minutes. But then after those 30 minutes, it would shut down again, and this process can be repeated until 3 times. Okay, that's the maximum number of times that you can get into that process. Okay, after those 3 times, trying to run the engine and being able to do it for 30 minutes each time, the tractor won't be able to run the engine anymore. Okay, that of course could be a problem, and Jaltest brings you the solution to fix this. Okay, to solve this. Basically, we need to perform this maintenance option, the startups counter restart. Okay, and basically what it's going to allow us is to have 3 more times, 3 more startups, 3 minutes each, that will allow us to move the tractor from the field to the shop. Okay, or to any other place where we can easily fix this issue. Okay, once we solve the issue, of course, we will need to perform the actuation again. Okay, so basically do the restart, the reset of the startups counter again, and also, of course, the verification on the SCR system. Okay, so here it is the option, the startups counter restart. We can click on check, and we perform the actuation easily as we showed you before with the other options. In 2-3 different steps, we're going to be able to do this startups counter restart. Okay, process has finished, and keeping with this brand, with the CNH group, particularly with Case, and also with this tractor, why not this Maxim CVT final tier 4 tractor? We do have another important reset, one of the ones that we say there are key resets in the ag world. Okay, so if we go here to maintenance, okay, we hit now this time on replacement of components, and we're going to be looking at this option here, pressure relief valve reset. Okay, basically, well, I mean, I guess that for some of you, we need to explain first or briefly what is this PRV, okay, the pressure relief valve. Basically, this valve is a security valve that is located on the common rail, and it's a valve that is gonna enable itself mechanically every time that the pressure is too high. Okay, this valve is really important in an engine, especially in the tractors. So the ECU, the electronic control unit in the vehicle, only allows certain times of openings of this valve. Okay, so basically, once it reaches the maximum time of openings of the pressure relief valve, we're gonna need to replace that valve. Okay, um, for that, in order to 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 replace the pressure relief valve, we are gonna need Jaltest. Okay, every time we perform this pressure relief valve replacement, we're gonna need to restart the counter, okay, of the number of times that the pressure relief valves opens, okay, when it reaches the pressure that is too high, and put that counter on 0. Okay, that's what we can do here on this action. Okay, we read the instructions, we follow the directions, okay, couple of clicks, and we're gonna be able to this time back the values back to 0. Okay, set up the values back to 0. Sometimes we get this message here that switch off on the ignition key and wait for 2 minutes before switching it on. Okay, so we can use the clock here just to count the time. And after we do that switch off, switch on, the action should be already performed and complete. Okay. This was for, again, CNH Group. We were looking at this case, but now let's move to a different brand. Again, talking about key resets in the engine system, okay? So let's move now to, I would say, like, for me, the one of the important ones as well, Kubota, okay? The orange ones. So let's move to Kubota. And basically, the first one I would say, or the one that I say is the one of the most important ones for Kubota, let's say on the M7 series tractor, would be again the the, um, the pressure relief valve one. Okay, so it's exactly the same as I just explained for the Case IH tractor, this maximum CVT that we just talked about, but in this case for Kubota. Okay, just to show you the action, where is it located? Okay, so we connect to this Kubota M7 series. Is requesting me to select the connection we're using. Let's say we're using this one here in the picture. We hit on connect. And again, in maintenance option, we should be able to check for that. Well, here is the differential pressure reset, the one that we were talking about before. Okay. Um, what else? Yes, very important here. It's gonna be talking about the different functionality on this Kubota M7, which is gonna be the regeneration of the counter restart. Okay, Kubota's ECUs, Kubota's electronic control units, has a counter for all the regions performed in the particular filter of the tractor, of the Kubota tractors. Okay, so basically, once this filter has been replaced by a new one, okay, we need to restart the counter so we can tell the ECU, the electronic control unit, we can tell the tractor that this filter has not carried any region yet. Okay, so basically, in order to do that, we need to come here to maintenance. Okay. And here you can see regeneration counter restart. Okay, we click on that. And basically what we're gonna do is after replacing a filter, we're gonna tell the tractor like, hey, this filter has not been regen never again, never. And so put that value on 0, okay? Because again, Kubota has this counter that every time that we perform a regen is gonna be counted in the electronic control unit. Okay, it's gonna be stored that information. Okay. We follow the initial conditions, we perform the action, we accept to perform the maintenance of the particular filter, we click on yes, and we should be good to go with this actuation, okay? Once again, it's asking us for this turn off, turn on, turn on, turn off, turn on ignition key, just to confirm the changes on the vehicle, okay? We do that so, and we hit and check, and we should be completing the action, okay? Let's follow now with the ACO tractors. Okay, so basically, I'm sure you know, but Challenger, Massey, Ferguson, Valtra, and some others. Okay, let's talk about those three, for instance. Okay, so we come back to agricultural vehicles, and if we talk about the Challenger, Massey Ferguson, Valtra, most of the tractors share the system. Okay, in this case, I have here my notes, three different tractors: the Challenger MT 500D, the Massey Ferguson, for instance, the 8700, or even a Valtra T194A. Okay, they're going to be sharing the same systems. Okay, so it doesn't matter to working with one or the other. But let's say we have the Massey Ferguson one. Okay, um, we go to the series here. Let's select the engine. Okay, it's not the one that I was looking for. Let me go back and try to select one of the others that was mentioning, even the Challenger, the Valtra ones. So let me come here to the menu. So let's say the Challengers. Okay, let's move to the was the one, let's say MT500D. Okay, so that's gonna be sharing the same systems as the Valtra or the Massey Ferguson 8700 that I just mentioned. Okay, we go to the engine now. Okay, we hit, of course, connection type first. Okay, we show you where is the connector and the connector you need to use. We hit on connect, and now we're going to be able to see a couple of key resets that are very important in these engines. Okay, these Acco tractors, even if we're talking about Challenger, Massey Ferguson, Valtra, they use Acco Power Sisu engine. Okay, so important key resets on these Sisu engines would be the after treatment system full clearing, the one that we were talking before, for John Deere, here it is, okay, or even the pressure relief one, exactly the same thing that we explained before. Okay, you see here these two options. And finally, which could be also very, very important, is going to be the oil change. Okay, this is a maintenance reset. Clicking on here, that is going to be needed to perform every time that we do a maintenance action. Okay, such as changing the oil or replacing the filters. Okay, we're going to need to tell the ECU to let the ECU know, the electronic control unit, that the engine is now ready and we have completed the changes or the replacement, the oil change or the replacement of one of the filters. Okay, for instance, a real case is when we see this light in the dashboard telling us, letting us know that the tractor is showing that the vehicle needs to have maintenance performed. Okay, doesn't matter if it's an oil change or other. Okay, basically, even when we do so, we are gonna need to come here and perform this reset. Okay, otherwise we're gonna keep getting that light on the dashboard. Okay, so we come here, maintenance, oil change, reset. So we're going to be restarting the counters. Okay, we click on yes, on accepting this this action, and we put the values back to 0 again. So the vehicle is ready to keep running until the next maintenance or oil change. Okay. Let's move now to Fendt. Okay, Fendt also one other important brand in the market. In Fendt, we're gonna be looking at some things that are a bit different, okay, especially with the PRB valve. That's why I want to show you this reset here. Okay, so if we go to agricultural vehicles, this time we're gonna be selecting Fendt. Okay, let's say we're working with 700 various series. Okay, and let's select the right model here. Let's say we're working with this one, 700 Barrier Series Profi Plus engine, final tier 4. Okay, we select the model. We click, first of all, on the system that we want to work with. Okay, that is going to be the engine, right? We select the connector that we are going to be using. We show you where we need to connect in the tractor, and in this case, going to be this one, okay, the JDC 504A, the one for Deutsch engines. And why? Because this tractor has a Deutsch engine. Okay, with these Fendt tractors with Deutsch engine, we do have a singularity with relating with regarding the PRB valve reset. Okay, the pressure relief valve reset. If we come here to maintenance, we should be able to, yeah, here it is, pressure relief valve reset. Okay, the special thing for this tractor is that we do have two different options for these Deutz engines. Okay, we have the manual process or the automatic process. Okay, basically the second one, the automatic process, is the one that has been showing you before with the John Deere and even with the case. Okay, but the new thing, what is new here, is going to be about the manual process. Okay, basically that means that if you're using or you're trying to replace the pressure relief valve with a used one, with a part that has been already used in a different tractor, in order to replace the existing one, we need to manually tell the electronic control unit, select in the tractor, the number of times that that valve has opened before on a different vehicle. Okay, so in this case, after reading the initial conditions, we go ahead and click on check, and the software, the Jaltest software, is going to be asking us to introduce manually here the new value of the configuration parameter. Okay, so basically the range of allowable values would be between 0 and the maximum value of the pressure relief valve. So let's say that we type in here 10. Okay, those are the number of times that we use that the pressure relief valve open on the on the previous tractor. Remember, we're talking about the use valve. We select check, and easily we are telling the ECU control, the electronic control unit, how many times we have been using this used PRV valve before. Okay, that was one of the special things about this fent, and the other one would be this one. Let me show it to you. Is another key reasons we think is pretty important too, also in maintenance. Okay, here we're gonna see this reset of the stop request due to crystallization. Okay, basically this action turns needed when the AdBlue or the DEF of the vehicle reaches really low temperatures. Okay, that can happen on many of the areas here in the United States or of course Canada, and this AdBlue can get crystallized, so the vehicle will start the rate mode that we mentioned before. That means power limitation, and so basically, in order to avoid any damage, the vehicle stops. Okay, this status is stored in a counter that needs to be reset with this action in order to start the vehicle again. Okay, otherwise, if we don't restart this counter that is measuring the crystallization of the AdBlue, we are not going to be able to run the engine to start the tractor again. Okay, so basically, we need to come here, select the action. As usual, just read and follow the instructions. Okay, initial conditions. We click on check, and we're going to be resetting this counter. We are going to be telling the ECU that yes, we have fixed this issue. We are not having this AdBlue crystallize again. So we can, just restart that counter and just turn on and run the engine of the tractor again. This was the second one that I wanna you guys show you guys on Fent, and the last one would be also through the maintenance menu. Okay, but this one, the inducement counter reset. Okay, this is basically related with the induction mode, related also with some important errors on the after treatment system that risk the right performance of the vehicle. Okay, so basically, once we repair these issues, as we did before with the other action, we're gonna need to reset the counter. Okay, if we don't do this, even if we repair the tractor, even after repair fixing the tractor, then you will enter on derate mode with power limitations, so we're not gonna be able to work normally with the tractor. Okay, so that's another of the important ones for Fent. Okay. Now, moving to one of the smaller class tractors. Let's talk now about for instance, John Deere 3R. Okay, lately we have been requesting a lot of information and actions for this kind of tractors. For instance, John Deere, the 3R, and also some of the new brands, Mahindra, Coyote. Okay, so let's have a look now to what we have, what we think are key resets for those brands. Okay, so let's move to the main page again, and let's go now to John Deere, but now to these small tractors, for instance, the 3R. Okay, here it's important to say that these tractors has engine, a Yanmar engine. Okay, so Yanmar Bosch, this is the manufacturer of the engine, and basically what we have here is going to be same thing we showed you before. Okay, we should be able to here find the same action for the pressure relief valve reset. Okay, here in maintenance option we should have that option. There it is. Okay, pressure relief valve reset. And another one that could be important would be the replacement of the diesel oxidation catalyst and particulate filter. Okay, so basically the dock and the DPF. Okay, this is a maintenance option which basically is going to allow us to tell once again the ECU that the DPF, so the diesel particulate filter or the DOC, the diesel oxidation catalyst, or both at the same time, as you can see here on this option, have been replaced for a new one by a new one. So once again, we need to perform this reset. This reset that we are saying that is very important on the 3R. Okay, so following the instructions, as usually we see here the information. We see here the codes for those filters. Okay, so imagine that we are replacing those filters by new ones. So we follow initial conditions, and in the next screen of the software, Jaltest is going to be asking us to basically, type it in the new values for the filters. Okay, that means the codes, the new codes of the new parts, the new filters that we are installing in the vehicles. We do so, we click on check, and we're going to be completing the replacement of those diesel oxidation catalyst and the diesel particulate filter in this vehicle, in this John Deere 3R tractor. Okay. um, this was with this John Deere 3R with Yanmar engine, but now, as I was saying, for these smaller tractors, we do also have some other options. Okay, let's talk now not about Yanmar engines, but Doosan engines. Okay, for instance, in Mahindra and Kyori, as I said before. Okay, so let's move now back again to the main menu, agricultural vehicles, and select now Kyori or Mahindra. Okay. Let's see here in the list. So here it is Kyori, for instance. We select Kyori. Okay. We go to the brand. And now, okay, one second. We select the series. Let's say the PX series. And now we just need to select the system that we want to work with. Okay. So let's say the engine. Okay. And let's say we're working with this DL03, which is a Doosan engine. Okay. What we have here with the one that we think is the most important one, or the most remarkable one, here again, once again, we select the connector we are using, hit on connect. And I was saying that the most remarkable reset for this Qt PX series with Doosan engine, we will find it here once again in maintenance, and it's going to be this one. Okay, sulfation recovery process of the exhaust gas after treatment system. Okay, basically when these sulfation levels in the SCR of the vehicle are high, okay, those particulates need to be burned. Okay, in order to avoid the power limitation, we are going to need to perform this action, and basically what it's going to do is going to be burning, okay, all those particulates of sulfation, okay, and warranty the correct function of the tractor. Okay, so we click on accept, and again, we give you the instructions here. Actually, we're telling you that the temperature is going to reach up to, you see here, 1472 Fahrenheit. We need to keep the revolutions, the RPMs, between 2000 and 2400 RPMs. We read the instructions, we click on check, okay? And now we're gonna be able to go ahead and complete this action, okay? Just burning, once again, those particulates that are avoiding us to run the engine. So we do that, and after that, we should be good to keep using the tractor normally, okay? This was with Doosan, and let's move to one more brand before moving to different systems and the engines. Okay, this case, let's go to Class. Okay, another important tractor manufacturer, especially in some areas of the United States and Canada. Okay, so let's go now to Class, and let's select now the Lexion series. For instance, the C7X tractor. Okay. Um, in this case, here we're going to be accessing to the ACM system, okay, which is the exhaust gas treatment system. Okay, same thing. Even when we are not connecting to an engine, we need to select always here the connector we are working with. We hit on connect, and the reset that we have selected for this brand, for this particular tractor, is the SCR related memory reset. Okay, so we'll come here to maintenance, And we do have here the option SCR related memory reset. Okay. Basically, this is going to be the same functionality that we have showed you before. Okay. Um, Remember, for instance, in John Deere, the first one we talk about with the after treatment system for clearing, and this is going to be basically the same, but just located on the different system, not in the engine in this case, but in an auxiliary system for the exhaust gas treatment system. Okay, in this case, the ACM. Basically, we just need to click on the action again. Okay, and we're going to be able to perform the action. In this case, I'm coming here to show you this option for class tractors because it's very important to tell you guys that this action can only be performed by Jaltest. Okay, even with the OEM software of class, you're not going to be able to do this. Okay, but this is a functionality that we do have available for this selection series tractors. Okay, so here it is. Okay. And as I said, finally, just keeping on telling you guys about these other key resets, but this time not in the engine, but in different auxiliary modules. Okay, different electronic control systems. We're gonna be showing you one again in John Deere. Okay, some maintenance resets here. So again, we select John Deere as a brand. Where it is? Here it is. John Deere. Okay. Let's say once again John Deere 8R series as the one that we were working with before. Okay, but this time we come here to maintenance resets. You see here, we click on that. Okay, we select the connector again, and we're going to be able to perform those maintenance resets. Okay, which are basically maintenance options that we need to perform. Okay, following the instructions of technical releases. Okay, here we should be able to pull up these technical releases. Okay, that are included in the Jaltest software, and it's going to give us a step-by-step guide on how to perform these maintenance resets in the instrument cluster. In this case, I believe we are talking about the touch screen dashboard, but we do have the possibility to do it also on one of the touchless screens. Okay, and basically we just need to follow these technical releases by Jaltest. Okay, and we're going to be able to perform those maintenance resets after we perform the maintenance actions for John Deere. Okay, um, this was one of them, and the other one of the last ones, is going to be the maintenance reset. So basically same option, but in Massey Ferguson, for instance. Okay, so let's have a look. We go back to agricultural vehicles. This time, let's click on Massey Ferguson. Okay, let's go to the where did it click? So let's say it's 700 series. Okay, and okay, let me see here. Okay, and let's go now to one of these 700S series. We click on that, and we do see here same thing, maintenance. Okay, the maintenance system. We select the maintenance. We try to connect. Okay, we select the connector. We hit on connect button, and now it's asking us to introduce the model of the vehicle. Okay, let's say we're working with a 7724. Okay, so 7724 Massey Ferguson tractor. We click on check. Okay, and now here we can see that in maintenance, in the maintenance menu, we're gonna have those options available. Okay, for Massey Ferguson tractors, the reset of the maintenance counter not only needs to be done in the engine system. Okay, we need to access to this maintenance system, and here there are the options. Okay, we can perform one of those maintenance resets whenever we need so. Okay, and what else? Yes, finally, the one that I have here is just another key reset. This time, again, basically on a auxiliary control unit, this time the instrument cluster. And for instance, for New Holland. Okay, so let's go now to New Holland. We didn't see any New Holland before. And let's select the model on New Holland. For instance, let's say one of the most common ones, T7 series, okay? And now we just need to select here one of those. For instance, let's say this 1819 by 6 power command final tier 4, okay? We select the system, the engine system, and now we go to the instrument cluster system, not the engine, okay? One of the series modules. Once again, we select the connector that we need to plug into the tractor. We hit on connect, okay? And here, basically, we're gonna be able to pull out another uh, another technical release for the maintenance reset, okay? And that we just need to follow in order to perform, to complete that maintenance reset, okay? It should be here. We should be able to pull out this technical release, okay? Um, There we go. Here it is, the step-by-step guide on how to perform this maintenance reset, but this time through the instrument cluster. Okay, so through the dashboard of the vehicle, we tell you what you need to press, what buttons you need to press, and all the steps that you need to follow in order to perform that reset. Okay, so I think we're done. Those are some of the key resets that we have determined that are the most important ones, or at least some remarkable ones that we think that could be interesting for you guys, just looking over different brands and kind of tractors. And now is your time. If you have any other question, you can always write them through the chat window, and my colleague Isidro is going to be more than welcome to answer those questions. Or you can always, reach us on our website through a phone call and ask any question, any doubt that you may have. Okay. I think this is everything. Thank you very much for attending. Wish you a good rest of your day, and see you soon. Thank you.